welcome to the Pleistocene Space Engineer Solo Survival Series. My name is Daniel, and we are already getting into trouble today. Got some problems going on here. We seem to have run out of ammo in our turrets, uh, which is very problematic. Let me see if I can make some more. Um, but unfortunately it's already caused a pretty significant problem. So we lost a couple blocks down here, but that's not as big a deal. Let me clear out my inventory because I'm going to need to figure out something over here. Plates. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff up, except for the ammo. I'm going to have to take that with me. Okay, so... Oh, we're also low on hydrogen, of course. Get ready to record, and nothing's prepared. Um, I heard I came back from mining just a minute ago, and I was collecting some iron in the Ozymandias, and I came over here. I heard some bad stuff going on, so I came over here to check this out. It looks like we not only ran out of bullets in our turrets, but I think our battery is also offline. Our ore detector has been destroyed, and in general, all bad things. So yeah, the battery is pretty much decimated. It's only got 9 steel plates left, so I'm just gonna take that apart. I think I'm just gonna take the rest of this apart too. I did have high hopes of actually using this mining platform very soon. I was gonna add some big drills to it to increase our iron production, but it looks like I'm just gonna have to take it apart because, well, there's nothing else to do. Anyway, so as I'm doing this, as I'm building some more as I'm building some more ammo, and taking this thing apart, I'm gonna get into what we're gonna do in this episode. So, I'm hoping that I can build a large mining platform here pretty soon, but I don't want to be ferrying all the materials from the base out to the platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little a little welding ship, just large enough that I can carry a bunch of materials from one place to another, and I can weld it up without having to use my hand welder and hand grinder. I think that'll help significantly. Dogs. Okay, so we've run out of bullets on our main platform too. So, I'm out of ammunition. It's not good. I've heard that you can actually take out dogs with the grinder, but let's see if I have any ammo already, any ammo made now. So NATO. Okay, I got some ammo. All right, good. Let's get this done. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? There's one. There's 2. And those 2 went into trees. Yeah, we need to get those turrets on the main base operational ASAP. That is not good. Okay, back to grinding. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna build a small welding ship, and I'm gonna try to use a pretty unique design. I've got an idea of how to do it, and I've got an idea of how to do it so that I can actually use the ship in first person, like within the cockpit view. And I think it'll be kind of cool. It might be a little unique, and who knows, it might not actually succeed, but I do hope that it's going to. I'm going to use the same kind of style, well, not the same style, but the same number. I'm going to use 3 welders and 3 grinders, all on the same ship, and have them like stretch out almost like arms from the main part of the chassis. Okay. Let's go ahead and refine that back. Let's go ahead and put all of these back in. But before I do any of that, I want to get some ammo in these turrets. I don't want to have to keep dealing with these problems. Okay, so NATO, how many do we have so far? Okay, we've got a good amount already produced, so this is perfect. I'm gonna load up these guns again. Oh, those are actually still in the turret. Must just be the one side that's out. Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna be what we do today. Is kind of get that thing planned out. And then we'll worry about welding it up later. But if we can get it planned out, then we'll at least get a pretty good start going. Okay, so since I took apart those other turrets, I could probably add a couple of turrets to the main base here. Might do that. Since I haven't showed it to you yet, this is actually all the stuff that we built last time. We put in place last time, and we've now finished up. Actually, this right here is not finished. I just saw, but I'll finish that up later. And you can hear those sounds as you get closer to them, the deafening sounds of production. So anyway, we're looking pretty good. So this will be 27. Okay, now each of these turrets has 50 ammo containers. So I think this turret right here was the one that was getting the most stress put on it. So I might actually put a turret down here eventually to help compensate for the amount of things that run up to this, the amount of Cyberhounds that run up to this side. Okay. Anyway, so now just a quick look at our refineries. I've got uranium in several of them. The uranium's just gonna keep producing for now. I've produced enough silicon. Oh, we've got some iron there. But we've also got some arc reactors. So our arc reactors are producing iron and nickel. Going to go ahead and put some of the iron in there to keep producing. And yeah, so the uranium production is actually really good now. So we have a stockpile of 91 uranium ingots. So we are pretty much set on uranium. Yeah, in terms of iron, the iron is going to keep getting used pretty heavily. So so that is what I want to do after we build this little welding ship. I'm going to spend some time building a mining platform, and hopefully I can actually connect it directly to our main base, and then the ore as it's mined can go into a large storage container, and then from the large storage container can go out to the refineries that we have in the main base immediately. It won't have to be transported by the ship. And then the small ship that we have, the Ozymandias, can actually be used to still gather ores from other places. Like we don't need quite as much of the other ores as we need of iron. So whenever I need things like nickel or silver or gold, I can still take the Ozymandias out and go grab a pretty good quantity of it and bring it back. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on a little welding ship. So I'm going to start the ship just like usual. Whoops. And need construction components, of course. And I'm going to weld it up like usual as well. So let's take some of those, one of those. Let's take some motors. And then a lot of steel plates. Well, I say a lot. That's not that many, but... okay. And so one of the main things we're going to have to think about is how to get our large thrusters on. We are going to want probably 4 of them on this again because, we don't want our ship falling through, down as we start weighing it down with a bunch of components. I am actually going to use a large storage container this time. Let me grab some interior plates as well. Let's do I still have a large storage container? Yes. Nope, that's the medium. Nope, that is the large. Okay. All right, so the large storage container is going to be important because we are going to be using a lot of large connectors, because the large connectors are the only ones that can move some of the larger components. Like large steel tubes cannot move through small connectors. So to get from the large storage container to the actual welders And from the grinders to the storage container, we're going to need to use the large conveyor blocks like this. So the question is where to put the cockpit. Where are we going to control this thing from? So I think I'm actually going to go, whoops, so that we can get two large thrusters on each side pointing downward. I'm going to go out two from this, and then one forward. Whoops, that's offset. Two forward, and yes, there's a new arc map. I will answer her later. One of the other games I play is Ark Survival Evolved, and the new map, The Center, came out recently, and it's pretty epic. But I guess she hasn't played it yet. All right, so one thing we need is the ability to connect the cockpit to the large storage container. And I mean, it's not completely necessary. I don't want it to jut out that much though. So what I'm going to do is do this. Let's go. Oh, I need some more interior plates. Yeah. Okay. Then there is a small conveyor port on the top here, and I don't think it's a situation where we'll need to move some of the larger components from the large storage container to. Whoops. Why can't I? Oh, there we go. From the large storage container to the cockpit. So I think the small these small conveyors should be just fine for our purposes. All right. Now, if we put the cockpit on, okay, so where are the, okay, they're in the middle there. So if we put it on here, then that should be golden. That's perfect. Okay. So one thing I have to be concerned about though, and I think I'm actually gonna redo this one, is when you put large conveyor blocks on the smaller ships, they do have one side that is the small conveyors and two sides, and two sides that are the small conveyors, and then four sides that are the large conveyors. So in order to most efficiently move these components through the conveyors, I think I'm going to turn this particular block like this. And then I can add a large turn like this. And this. And then that can go out to the grinders and the welders. Now this is just an attempt. I've never actually made a ship like this, but I think it's going to be kind of a cool design. It's going to be a little bit unique. All right, so that is looking pretty good. And this will be enough space for one large atmospheric thruster facing downward. We're going to be able to take out the dogs this time. Looks like they got them. Okay. I'm glad we replaced the ammo in those. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the welders on one side, and I think I'm going to do welders on the what would be the right of the ship. And then the grinders on this side. That's going to be really cool. I like it already. That is amazing. Okay, so since these blocks down here actually do have ports on them, we can actually probably put a large reactor Where are we going to put our large reactor? Maybe we'll put it... Maybe we'll put it somewhere like here. Actually, we don't even need that. I guess we could put 2 large reactors, but that seems kind of redundant. I don't think a ship this size will need 2 large reactors. So we can put that there. I'm sure we'll probably have something else large that we'll need to put on this side. If not, we can fill it up with a medium cargo container. And yeah, that's going to look really cool. That's going to look really cool. Okay, we can put side thrusters here. We can put side thrusters here. Downward thrusters here, here, and the 2 spaces in front. And then we have to have the forward-facing thrusters, which we've got plenty of room for down here. Great. Okay. So then let's go ahead and put on some gyros. Let me check my hydrogen. Oh, yeah. Keep using the jetpack pretty frequently. Now, the good thing about this mining platform is that the initial goal is going to be to increase our iron production. And that's going to be important for continuing to ramp up the big building process. But another thing that this is going to allow us to do is to start mining a lot of ice. And ice is going to be something that we're going to use pretty often. Let me go ahead and turn off this this thing. I'll be back momentarily. Okay, I believe I've turned off the Steam messages, but if I didn't, then it might pop up again in a minute, but we'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and refill our cargo containers. I'm sorry, our hydrogen bottles, and then we can continue. Okay, so I want to go ahead and put gyros on, and once again, I've left a good little space here to go ahead and put 4 of them. Let's face them inward. All right. And I'm going to put we don't need an ore detector on this one, so we don't necessarily have to leave room for that, but we do need an antenna. I'm going to put that antenna right here. Although I realized once again I am covering up that block. So let me weld this one block up, and then I can place the other ones without worrying about covering it up. I actually did cover one up there too. That's okay. Oh, I need a small steel tube for that one. Small steel tube. Wow, 150. I don't think we need 150 of them, but it's okay. All right. What is that sound? Is that dogs? It is a dog randomly over here by this tree. Huh. I'll take the computers. Okay. Let's go ahead and take one of these out so I can get to this block right here. And I need a construction component. If I can double click, there we go. Okay, let's put the gyro back. Being able to turn and be maneuverable is not quite as important in this. The most important thing is to be able to turn at different angles and not fall out of the sky. So we're probably going to have some more large thrusters on this one than we did on our mining ship. But it still should be perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and actually put thrusters on this. I don't think we're actually going to cover up anything with the thrusters that we can't fix, or that we can't reach. So I'm going to go ahead and put my big thrusters there and there. I'm going to put big thrusters here. Oh man, that sticks out a little bit. I'm actually going to find a different place for this reactor. I think I'm going to try to put it behind. So thruster again. And there you go. And that makes it a little more compact. And then we want some down-facing thrusters here as well. Whoops. That's one off. Okay, so that's one on either side. 4 on the downward area, and then this will be actually 4 for the I'm a little nervous about removing those. Let me go ahead and put some more supports in place so I can get rid of some of these support blocks. So if I build these out here, then I should be able to remove these. Excellent. Okay, so that being said, we need to remove this one and replace it with a number 7, then an 8, 8. No, that doesn't mean anything. Small conveyors. And then what we'll do is we'll put the large reactor on back here, and we'll put it up here so that we can potentially, actually, you know what, we can just go straight into that. Let me remove this, and we can actually go straight into the large reactor like that. Awesome. And now we have left this open so we can actually put a connector port on. We'll need one large conveyor just to get it out far enough, and then we can put the connector right here. And I considered putting a conveyor sorter on here so that everything would be pulled into this ship through this connector. But I decided not to because I want to be able to move stuff out of the ship too. So if like we have the large cargo container filled with, 10,000 steel plates, then if I had the conveyor sorter here, I wouldn't be able to bring the steel plates back out of the ship so that I could put something else in the ship. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and put the large thrusters backward facing over here. Like that. And this. Okay, and then one of the other big things is to be able to stop. And in order to do that, I think I'm going to put the forward-facing thrusters. I think I should put them down here. But it's going to be right in the middle of the downward-facing thrusters, so I don't think that's going to work. I think up here actually will work, because that's only coming up an extra 1 block, so I don't think that's a big problem. And I do want 2 of them. One of the biggest problems when you're using a welding ship and you're trying to get maneuverable and you're moving toward it is you may have a lot of power going forward, but you want to be able to stop too so you don't crash into your ship as you're trying to weld it. All right, so I think this is a pretty good design. I'm pretty excited about it because it's more unique than most of the ships I made. I think it's kind of cool how we have like a welding arm and a grinding arm, and I think it's going to work really well. I'm excited about it. All right, but I think that's it for today. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want future updates, please subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.